Hello and welcome to the GamesRadar Weekly Wrap-Up. I'm Louise and this is Leon.
Hello! Coming up in this week's quick fix of games news, Metal Gear Solid 5 has something to say about the console wars.
Find out what it's like behind the wheel of Forza 6.
And we take a look at what you think of the newly announced Fallout 4 Season Pass. There you are.
MGS 5 shot to the top of the charts this week, becoming the best-selling game of the series so far, shifting a massive 37% more than previous bestseller Metal Gear Solid 2.
And while MGS 5 is multi-platform, the figures show that Snake is still PlayStation's big eye-patch-wearing baby at heart, with an incredible 72% of sales on PS4 and only 22% on Xbox One.
Usually, nothing starts a console flame war like percentages, so what did you all make of it?
Angel G. Vega Miranda on Facebook says it simply plays a bit better and almost feels optimised for PS4. Though the franchise didn't start on PlayStation, the series we've come to know and love did.
Now, Tyler Sheeter, on the other hand, says, I'm glad Xbox users get the chance to enjoy the series that I've enjoyed my whole life. Stop fighting over consoles like a bunch of kids and enjoy the last good Metal Gear we'll ever get.
Wise words indeed, and I think we should have a moment of silence.
Or some quiet.
Yes, for Kojima's final MGS. Now surprisingly, despite the strong sales, MGS 5 isn't the best-selling game of the year, with The Witcher 3 and Arkham Knight both selling more in their first week.
However, expect that chart to change significantly when a certain game starting with F and ending in All Out arrives in November.
In other news this week,
The Witcher 3's first story-based DLC, Heart of Stone, arrives on October 13th, but you'll need to be level 30 to start.
Konami's announced there's a save corrupting bug in MGS 5 that can be avoided by not using Quiet as a buddy on missions 29 or 42.
And the Pokemon Company has announced Pokemon Go for iOS and Android that has you hunting for Pokemon in the real world on your phone.
And now it's time to see what GamesRadar's guide editor Ian Wilson is thinking about this week.
Rock Band 4's out soon. Where did I put my old guitar controller? Van Halen ever been to Panama? Freestyle guitar solos are awesome! I am a rock god! Play Freebird! I got blisters on my fingers!
I think he's obsessed.
This is a dangerous place.
He's going to end up with RSI, he's going to be sore, he's going to be in hospital. Be fine, honest. But in other news, GamesRadar's Justin has reviewed Forza 6 this week and he gave it 3 out of 5. Here's our concentrated summary of the review.
According to his review, it's exhilarating like few other games, while the sensation of being at 200 miles an hour in an F1 car is properly scary and almost violent when you accelerate out of a corner. But this is only the case in the very fastest cars, he says. Showcase events let you try exotic vehicles early on, but for the most part career mode is slow and boring. There are 5 main race types, from road cars and classics to snarling beasts and V8 supercars, but you'll spend most of your time in sedate, joyless races going through the motions of driving and hitting rewind when you fail. Justin also found issues with the driver system, saying it simply doesn't work. Some cars inexplicably tap the brakes on a straight, for example, while regardless of difficulty you'll either win easily or not at all. It's alarmingly inconsistent, he says, making getting into a close-fought, exciting race rare. Problems aside, Justin had high praise for the phenomenal production quality, adding real-life IndyCar drivers and former Top Gear hosts add much-needed personality to the action. And the result is clearly a AAA package. However, he concludes that it doesn't offer anywhere near the best driving experience available on console.
So it doesn't sound like Forza 6 has Justin fully convinced, but what does our ever-enthusiastic editor Andy think of it? I just don't think he's keen this time.
It's hard to tell, to be honest.
It really is quite difficult.
Now this week Bethesda has announced a $30 season pass for Fallout 4 that will get you all of the Fallout 4 DLC it ever makes. The only catch, Bethesda doesn't actually know what any of it's going to be yet.
That's right, Bethesda says it's still hard at work on the game, so it hasn't actually made the DLC yet. Obviously the idea of announcing a $30 season pass when you don't even know what you're getting means some of you have opinions. Why would I want a season pass when the creators don't even know what it gives me, says James Fallows on Twitter.
Daniel McCall on Facebook is similarly unimpressed, saying now that's ridiculous. They can't charge people if the team don't even know what they're selling yet.
Although not everyone's annoyed, with Andrew Gull adding, who cares if they don't have plans nailed down yet? Bethesda's the king of DLC, one of the few companies that's actually worth the money.
That's something that Anthony Bussell agrees with, saying Bethesda's one of the only companies who handles DLC responsibly.
Whatever your feelings towards the mystery season pass content, Bethesda has promised regular free updates for everyone, highlighting things like the mounted combat, the legendary mode, the kill cam and visual enhancements it added to Skyrim. So it's promising to work with fans to add free similar content to Fallout 4, so even if you don't want to pay up, you still get a little something post-release.
Well, that's it for this week's show. Catch us for more next week, and if you've got any questions, fire them into the comments below.
You can find us on the GamesRadar newsstream, Facebook and Twitter, so let us know if you want to get any dark gaming secrets off your chest.
And we'll see you next week.
See ya.